what else do we got on our list of stuff to do? We have my picks. That's right, my friends. My picks for this week coming up. That's what you want to see. That's what we're here about. Let's go through my picks. Now, I want to point out, before we get into my picks, last week I was 4-0. So I was 2-2 on week 1. Then I was 4-0 on week 2. So again, you gambling degenerates out there, do not bet your house. Do not spend your wife's purse money or whatever you're going to do. Your kid's 401, your kid's 509 plan on these picks. But gambling is a huge part of the XFL. And your boy, who kind of knows a little thing or two about the XFL, has his picks, and I'm here to help you out. For you degenerate gamblers out there, I got you. I'll help you so you won't look bad. First up, and again, with all of these games, totally take the under. No one's putting up big points. It's not, I mean, most of the time you could be safe with the under. I would take the under to be safe in some of these games, just to be safe, but I'm just throwing it out here. So first up, we have the Houston Roughnecks, the second best team, maybe some would argue the best team in the XFL, going up against the Tampa Bay Vipers at home. Vipers opening it up. I'm sorry, Tampa Bay Viper fans, but I'm going 32-9, your Houston Roughnecks over the Tampa Bay Vipers. Let's be serious. They haven't put this thing together. Houston's going to come in, bulldoze them, and this is going to be quick mincemeat. But again, you're not getting really close to that 40-point plateau. And I'm being generous with my 9 points. That's how bad their offense looked. Next up, the second game, the Dallas Renegades against the Seattle Dragons. Again, hopefully we'll get another nice crowd. If you can get that 25,000 in Seattle, or over that hit that 30,000, that would be fantastic. Dallas Renegades at Seattle Dragons. That's your that is the 2 p.m. Pacific time, so that's 5 p.m. Eastern. Who's going to win? Taking Dallas Renegades. This is probably maybe your only over. I don't know, maybe. Just because Landry Jones has got a game under his belt, took him to the second half to get going. I think they're going to be firing all cylinders now. They just needed that game to kind of work out the kinks. They're ready to rock and roll. Seattle is a decent team, not totally sold on Brandon Silvers, but they got some good players. We'll see if that CFL guy gets some playing time, more playing time. That they just recently brought in. And so I got Dallas Renegades 34, Seattle Dragons 26. On the Sunday game, we got the New York Guardians at the St. Louis Battlehawks opening up at the Battle Dome, the Dome in St. Louis. It'll be their first home game, and it's against a good team to have your first home opener. And we'll see what the attendance numbers will be there. We're hearing potential sellout as well. You're going to have, your Guardians 12, St. Louis Battlehawks 26. I'm even being generous with New York. Seattle, St. Louis, I keep doing that too, and Zach did that too. We both keep saying Seattle Battlehawks. It's St. Louis Battlehawks. Gotcha. St. Louis, I'm sorry, St. Louis fan. Your St. Louis Battlehawks, I did that last week's episode too. St. Louis Battlehawks, 26 points. Jordan Ta'amu looks good. Defense looks good. I think they're the third, like we said in our rankings, they're the third best team in the XFL. Guardians are not looking good. I know that initially during the beginning of the season, there was a lot of worry about the offensive line play for New York. And I was surprised we didn't see Luis Perez in the game as well towards the end. I don't even know who they put in. But I'm going St. Louis Battlehawks 26, New York Guardians 12, and that's at St. Louis's home opener. Excited. That's going to be a lot of fun to check that out. And finally, the DC Defenders, your team, America's team. That's right, Dallas fan. America's team. The DC Defenders taking on the Los Angeles Wildcats. Josh Johnson is back. Again, he gets a game under his belt. He started to look good. They have the offensive weapons. But DC, this is a game where maybe Los Angeles could win. Why? Because usually East Coast teams don't travel well to the West Coast. That's kind of like a known thing in the NFL world. This is their first away game. Josh Johnson has got a game under his belt. This is their second home game, Los Angeles. But I still can't pick against America's team, the DC Defenders. So I'm going to make this a close one. DC Defenders 28, Los Angeles 25. DC Defenders have got a good defense, and you got Rocket Ross and Anthony Johnson want to have a little payback. This is a little personal game for some of your DC Defender players that were on the Wildcats and then were traded to DC. So there you have it. Those are my picks for the week. Lock it. I was 4-0 last week. The week before, I was 2-2. Remember, you can also check out our pet picks where my cat, Jasmine, and Zach's dog, Stormy, make picks as well because they're just as smart as us when it comes to this. Let's be honest. We can do all the data analysis that we want. But again, you never know what happens. And you never know what happens in the XFL. When the game is really close or the game is out of reach, a team could score 9 points real quick and they're right back in it. And that's what they've talked about all season long leading up to the league. And now it's finally here and it can happen.